Since we were little, the world presents us with a myriad of expectations that can sometimes feel like an overwhelming burden. From how we should dress to how we should behave, masculinity is imposed upon us as a rigid mold that doesn't always fit our true essence. We are often taught that being a man means being strong, competitive, emotionally distant, and above all, that we must fit into a stereotype that has been perpetuated through generations. However, on this inward journey toward accepting our sexuality and who we are, we find a beauty that transcends social norms and invites us to be authentic. Social pressure can be a powerful force. From childhood, boys are bombarded with messages about what it means to be a good man, toys that promote aggression, sports that reward victory above all else, and a series of unwritten rules dictating how they should behave in different situations. As we grow up, this programming becomes a second skin that is difficult to shed. We are taught to repress our emotions, to avoid showing vulnerability, and to steer clear of anything that could be considered weak. But what happens when we dare to question these norms? What occurs when we begin to explore our sexuality without fear of judgment? Embracing our masculine sexuality is a complex journey that can be liberating. Often, we find ourselves at a crossroads between what we have been taught and what we truly feel. This process of self-discovery not only involves accepting our sexual orientation, but also embracing all the parts of ourselves that we have hidden out of fear of rejection. The beauty of this journey lies in the possibility of being genuinely ourselves, of setting aside the labels that have been imposed upon us and discovering our authenticity. It is essential to understand that true strength lies not in fitting into a mold, but in the ability to be vulnerable and honest with ourselves. In a world that often values image over essence, finding the courage to show ourselves as we truly are can be a revolutionary act. By embracing our sexuality and our individuality, we begin to break down the barriers that have kept us trapped in a cycle of conformity. This process is not always easy, but each step toward acceptance is a step toward a fuller and more authentic life. Personal exploration becomes an act of courage. Sharing our stories with other men in an environment of acceptance and respect is vital for this journey. By surrounding ourselves with people who accept us as we are, we create a safe space where we can thrive. The connection formed in these environments is invaluable. It allows us to recognize that we are not alone in our struggles and that there are others who share similar experiences. This support network becomes a refuge where we can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. In this context, literature plays a fundamental role. Books like Men User Manual by Sonny Montero offer tools and reflections that can guide us in our process of self-discovery. This work not only invites contemplation, but also proposes a space to question the norms of traditional masculinity. Through its pages, we can find inspiration and strategies to navigate the complexities of our masculine and sexual identity. Reading becomes an act of introspection, where each word resonates with our own experience and empowers us to move forward. The media noise and the stereotypes that surround us can be confusing. In a world saturated with images of what a man should be, it's easy to get lost in the search for labels that do not reflect our individuality. However, by examining our own experiences and emotions, we can begin to dismantle these external constructs. Authenticity becomes our beacon, guiding us toward a life where we are free to be who we truly are. The beauty of embracing our masculine sexuality lies not only in the act of being honest with ourselves, but also in the way this acceptance impacts our relationships with others. By being authentic, we create a space for others to feel comfortable being themselves as well. This genuine connection fosters a sense of community that transcends the barriers of superficiality. Instead of competing or comparing ourselves, we begin to support each other in our respective journeys. The journey toward accepting our sexuality and masculine identity is ultimately a journey toward freedom. It allows us to break free from the chains of social expectations and embrace the beauty of being unique. Every step we take on this path is an act of love toward ourselves and those around us. At the end of the day, authenticity is the most valuable gift we can offer, both to ourselves and to others. In this process of self-discovery, it is essential to remember that we are not alone. Every shared story, every lived experience contributes to a collective tapestry of acceptance and love. By opening ourselves up to the possibility of being vulnerable, we create a space where others can also find their voice and their truth. The beauty of being ourselves is unmatched and is the path toward a fulfilling and authentic life. So, as we navigate the complexities of our sexuality and masculine identity, let us remember that acceptance is a journey, not a destination. Every step matters, every story counts, and each of us has the power to transform our lives by embracing our authenticity. The beauty of being ourselves is a gift that not only enriches us, but also illuminates the path for those around us. In the end, True strength lies in acceptance and love for ourselves, and in the courage to live our truth.